whichever the people who are joined, venerables, Yales, and all the lay people. So today is the third sutta we are going to discuss. It's about Culamalunkya Sutta. Comes under the Sutta Niksutta Pitaka, Majjhima Nikaya, Majjhima Pannasaka, Bhikkhu Vagga. So straightforward, we can go to the sutta, what is Buddha is explaining about. So I think I will share the slides, then you can understand about very clearly. So this is about Majjhima Nikaya, Majjhima Pannasaka, Bhikkhu Vagga, Culamalunkya Sutta. The sutta is clearly defined. This is about the picture of entire sutta. The Malunkya is the person, Malunkya is the monk. He's really interesting in Buddha Sasana. He's really practicing in Buddha Sasana, but he has a doubt. He has different types of questions he should have to be wondering to solve those questions. And he thought if Buddha can solve those questions, then it will be really good. Other than that, he will be distraught. That is why you can see the picture shows that if the Buddha answer, the Malukya Buddha will continue his spiritual life as a monk. If Buddha does not answer the questions which are arising in his mind, then he will give up the training and return to the life as a lay person. So this is actually about the summary. So when we are go through the sutta, we can understand what is the content in this sutta, as well as actually I don't want to explain all entire sutta. What is Culamalunkya Sutta is explaining. Actually, what we want to know about this, because this program, this Dhamma discussion is actually focused when it comes to in our practical life, how we have to apply this kind of situation, this kind of questions, and how we have to solve. That is what I want to explain in today Dhamma session. So, what are the thoughts comes under the Culamalunkya, that bhikkhu? These speculative views which the blessed one has undeclared, put aside and rejected. What are the things? The world is eternal or the world is not eternal? That is the first question he arises in his mind. The second one, the world is finite or the world is infinite? Normally, not only the Culamalunkya Putta Bhikkhu, but also in today's society, there are most of the people, they are seeking such a questions. They want clear understanding, clear answer for them. Because I can remember in Sri Lanka, some of the people they asking, first of all, the egg is arising at first, or the hen is arising at first. In Sinhala it says, Kukulada Bittareda. In Pali it says that under, is it underjo? It is coming first hen. Then if someone says it's a hen, then how its hen is coming? If someone says is egg, then how is egg coming? Something like that. Because people are always seeking such a questions to contradicted, or maybe they need some clarification, they need some discussion, something like, same as the Culamalunkya Bhikkhu also having such a questions in his mind. So those are the questions, the 7 questions is arising in his mind. The soul and the body are the same, or the soul is one thing and the body is another thing? Same question. Not only the Culamalunkya Bhikkhu, but also especially in the venerables, Siales, the lay people, everyone can arise in some kind of questions. Then another question, the Tathagata exists after death or the Tathagata does not exist after death? Is another good question. Maybe someone see this question, oh, this is very wonderful question. This is very wonderful topic to talk today. And also the Tathagata both exists and does not exist after death. When the Parinibbana, when the Tathagata's Parinibbana, whether Tathagata is staying or exist or not exist. Then last one, the Tathagata neither exists nor does not exist after death. These are the questions arising in the Culamalunkya bhikkhu's mind, and he's struggling with that. He's struggling with that, and also he want to have a clear explanation from the Buddha. Then at that time, that is why when the sutta is starting, thus have I heard on one occasion the blessed one was dwelling at Savasti in Jetavanaram, the monastery of the Anathapindika. Then while the Venerable Malukyaputta was alone and scheduled, the following reflection arose in his mind. He has something struggling. He scheduled the things okay. These speculative views which the Blessed One has left undeclared, put aside and rejected, the Blessed One does not declare these to me. That which the Blessed One does not declare to me, that does not please me, that does not suit me. So I shall approach the Blessed One and ask him about this matter. The Blessed One will declare to me. And he thought that if he give a clear answer for that, then I will stay as a monk. If he not give a suitable answer, if he not clarify this, then the better thing is go to home is better, is good. Then he asking, what he asking? The world is eternal or the world is not eternal? Then he said to the Buddha, the Tathagata neither exist or does not exist. So these are the questions that he is asking from the Buddha. Then the Culamalunkya is now is going to see the Buddha. He want to know. He is arising all these questions. He planned everything. He programmed in his mind. Now he is ready to go and ask. Then indeed the Venerable Malukyaputta having arising from the secular selection, solution in the evening, approached to the Blessed One, having approached and having paid respect to the Blessed One. He sat down at one side. Indeed, the Venerable Malukyaputta having sat down at one side. Now he is asking those questions. One day I have such a questions. So please, dear Venerable Sir, while I was scheduled withdrawn, this mental reflection arose in my mind. He genuinely said what is happening in his mind. The speculative views that the Blessed One has undeclared, set aside, rejected, that the world is eternal law, the world is not eternal. Or that the Tathagata, the same questions, I'm not repeating same thing as it is again and again. So 7 questions he's asking repeatedly. What is the clear answer? Then he said that these the Blessed One does not declare to me, then what will happen? The Blessed One is not declared to him. He said that which the Blessed One does not declare to me, that I am not pleased with, that I do not approve of, I will approach the Blessed One and ask him about this matter. If the Blessed One is declared to me that the world is eternal, this all the questions, then he will be stay as normal bhikkhu. But if it is not, then I shall abandon the training and revert to the lower life. That means he's planned to disrobe. Then Buddha is asking very good question. The Blessed One knows that the world is eternal. Let the Blessed One. Then he said, if you know that this is the correct answer, please answer. Is it the world is eternal? Then please tell it's eternal. If it is not eternal, please tell me that it's not eternal. Because if you are answering in such a way, then the others can understand clearly, oh, this is the Buddha's answer. This is the Buddha's answer. So if you are not answering that, no one clearly understand what is the clear answer. That is what the Malukya Putta Bhikkhu's problem. However, then what is happening is, then Malukya Putta is asking, uh, if the blessed one knows that same as questions are asking same as, then finally the Buddha says, if the blessed one knows that the Tathagata both exist in same thing, oh, now Buddha is asking very good question because he asking 7 question as it is, because in the Sutta it says, if you know this question, clear answer, please answer. If you don't know, please don't. Likewise, he asking 7 question. Then after that, the Buddha is asking from the Malukya Putta, did Malukya Putta speak to you thus? Come, Malukya Putta, live the holy life under me, and I will explain this to you. Oh, the Buddha is asking something very good question. Did I? Did I promise to you give any answers for that? Did I promise that? Speak to you this, come Malukya Putta, live the holy life under me, and I will explain to this to you. The world is eternal law, this world is not eternal law, the world is finite or the world is infinite. The soul and the body are the same. The Buddha is repeated those questions and re-asking from the Malukya Putta, did I promise to you that giving any answers for this? No, Venerable Sir. Then again Buddha asks, oh, did you speak to me thus, Venerable Sir? I will live the holy life under the Blessed One, and the Blessed One will explain this to me. Did you? Did you say before you comes to this life? Did you say like that? No, Venerable Sir. Ah, the way of the Buddhas. Buddha is not hurry to answer. Buddha is not giving direct answer for that. Buddha is asking question from him. I promise. Or did you ask him something like before you become ordination life? No, Venerable Sir. That is the most important thing that we have to understand. When someone is asking some unnecessary questions or inappropriate question from yourself, any other person. So first of all, we should not get hurried to answer. We should not be panic. We should not aggressive. We have to be very calm. We have to be very calm and we have to give answers. That is why Buddha's way. Buddha asking, did I promise to you give any answers for this? Then Buddha say, the Malukya Putta says, no, no, Venerables. Then Buddha says, now Buddha is entered to the point. Buddha says, thus Malukya Putta, neither did I tell you, come Malukya Putta, live the holy life under me, and I will explain this to you as it is. The question I will explain. The Tathagata, then Buddha says, if the Tathagata need exists or not, this being the case, foolish man, who are you reproaching whom? And he says, Malukya Putta, even I'm said like this, if it is a promise like this, that is foolish. That is not Buddha is doing. Then it finally says, whoever Malukya Putta should speak thus, I shall not lead the holy life under the Blessed One until the Blessed One explain to me. The world is eternal likewise. Then he said, the Buddha says that, I'm not dealing with such a things which I am not explaining, which I should not explaining. So best thing what is you have to understand is not such a questions. I already explained what should I declare to you. So in that case, then he said, Buddha says is a example. Buddha says very good example. He explaining very good example. What is that? Malukya and yet the person might pass away. Then just a Malukya man might be pierced by an arrow. Then he give a very good example. Example mean we call in the Pali it says upama. What is the upama is? Upama mean in this scenario, Buddha is explaining in taking some example. how he's explaining this example. Whoever Malukyaputta should speak thus, I shall not lead the holy life under the blessed one until the blessed one explain to me. The world is eternal, law, the world is not eternal, something like that, that all the question. That matter remains unexplaining by the Tathagata Malukyaputta, and yet that person might pass away. Just as Malukyaputta, man might be pierced by an arrow, poison and thicky curtain. Assume that one of the person, maybe he's in a war or somewhere, then that man might be pierced by an arrow, poison and thicky cotton. And his friends, acquaintances, relatives, and king would bring a physician, a surgeon to him. He might say thus, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that man who fears me, whether he's a Khattiya, Brahmana, Vessa, Suddha. Then another problem. You see, this problem, real problem is something, but focusing. He's focusing something, another approach. When the arrow pierces by, then that I assume that the damage is something very dangerous, because you can understand this damage is very dangerous at the moment. The man might be pierced by an arrow, poison and thickly coated. That means the poison is suddenly spread within the body, and definitely he will die very soon. But what he want to do is he should take some quick action for removing this arrow, and he should take quick medicine for removing the spreading poison within the body. He should take very immediate medication for solving this problem. But he is thinking, no, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that man who fears me, whether he's a Khattiya, Brahmana, Vesso, Suddha. You see, this is the point that in today society also, when we have any Dhamma problem, especially we are talking about Dhamma, when we have some Dhamma problems, first of all, we are looking who is delivering this Dhamma, the person in today's society, in the Sasana, the person is most important for the people. Which bhikkhu is giving Dhamma talk? Whether it's right or wrong, if it is a famous bhikkhu, is a very young bhikkhu, is a educated bhikkhu, everything they are searching. What are their qualifications? They don't worry, they don't care about what he's teaching, only caring about the appearance, qualifications, and everything. Something like this. So you can go through the slides that I think it's better to understanding about this one. You see, you can see this one. Buddha says what Buddha is really explaining about.
Uh, Sorry, Bande, sorry to interrupt you, but you are not audible to us.
Sorry,
You are not audible to us. Now,
cannot.
now you are. Now it's okay. Can you
No,
start
because
from the first slide because the all the slides are missed out.
can you listening that what they are? I think I share the document.
From the first slide.
No, I just
O-
played the video. Just watching the video because the video is explaining what is the story behind this.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
But that
okay. Please.
voice is not audible to us. That was the problem.
Cannot listening.
Yes.
Oh,
Your voice is listening, but the audio's what you are playing, no, that slide's voice is not listening.
oh, it's not listening, right?
Okay, yes.
Can you hear that now?
No,
It's not listening, right?
no.
All right, wait. I will check what is the problem. So I will play it in outside. Wait, right? But the video is you can see the video, right?
Yes, yes. Video is visible, but voice is not, means your voice is not listening.
Please wait, give me a second, right? Give me a second because I think it's better to listening from this voice also because it's good.
We are clearly listening his voice, sir. Ma'am.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, right? Wait. Sorry. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes, but voice is not clear, Bante.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ. ස්ලයිඩ්ස් ටික මූව් වෙනවා වීඩියෝ එක ඔඩියෝ එක ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ.
මොකද්ද?
ස්ලයිඩ්ස් ටික මූව් වෙනවා හැබැයි බෑග්ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එකේ තියෙන ඔඩියෝ එක ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ.
මේ වීඩියෝ එක මේ ප්ලේ වෙන එක ඇහෙන්නේ නැද්ද? ෂෙයා කරාට.
නෑ වීඩියෝ එක ප්ලේ වෙනවා no audio. We can't hear the audio.
You cannot listen audio, right? Okay. Yeah, that means something is problem. But anyway, wait. Okay. We can see and hear now කියලා දාලා තියෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක්කින් මම ආයෙ check කරලා බලන්න. Okay. මොකද ඒක වීඩියෝ එකෙන් බලන එකට තමයි ඒකේ හොඳට තේරෙන්නේ කතාව. දැන් ඇහෙනවද?
I can see the video but I can't hear the audio yet.
Still not listening the audio, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah. They're expecting Bante to explain a little bit on the picture. I think you can do that actually.
All right. Okay. What about the others? Others also same, right?
Yes, Bante.
Okay, wait. So what is the stories behind this is
Bhante, can I interrupt?
sure, sure.
Bhante, there is one icon on your computer. I think that is not you have not clicked there. That is why that voice is not coming. See, there is I think it is on your right side.
Oh no, it's okay. I will explain by myself because I think this is I just create some audio, but I thought it will be shared. It can be shared, but it's okay. We will explain by in normal way because later we will try to show that video because the video is very important to understanding very clear way because it has the pictures as well as the some outside external voice cut also. But anyway, what is happening is Buddha is giving some example about the arrow, how it's the person he is pierced by an arrow, poison and thickly coated. Then his friends and relatives, everyone come brings some physician, a surgeon to him. He might say that I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that the man pierced me. So likewise, he mentioned in many questions before he removing. Then again he said, he might say thus, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that man who pierced me, whether he is of a such and such a name, or such and such a clan, or such a group, such a respectable person, something like he's questioning, he's seeking some external question. Who did this? But normally we know that if something such a disaster, if something, some dangerous situation, we should have to take the quick action for recovering at the moment, not searching the all the other questioning and other things. In third time he said he might say this, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that man who pierced me, whether he is tall or whether the man is shorter man, he is a medium man, something like he consider about the appearance. Then again he thought, I shall not have this arrow removed until that I know that man who pierced me, whether he is dark, dusky, or glossy skinned. Then skin appearance he think. Then again he think, he might say thus I shall not have the arrow removed until I know that man who pierced me, whether he is from such and such a village, township, or city, or country, something like that he think. Again he think, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that bow with which was pierced, whether is a long bow or crossbow. He consider about the bow. And again he think, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know the string which I was pierced, whether it's a bamboo or fine, a sniver or hemp or milk plant fiber, something like he thinking about the string, about the bow string. Again he think, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know the shaft which I was pierced, whether it's cultivated the bamboo, wild bamboo, something. These questions, because Buddha says that, Malunkya Putta, if the person is at the moment, if the person is being actually if the person is might be a piece of pierced by an arrow, is a poison one, is a dangerous one, is a really risky one, because within very small time he might be die. But his thought not about the taking quick action for recovery. He's thinking about something different, something beyond that. He's thinking about foolish thing. He's thinking about unnecessary things that it's really not helps to recover that disaster or that problem. So that is what it says. There are many, many examples. Then Buddha says, he might think like this, he might think like this. He think, I shall not have this arrow removed until I know that shift which goes pierce whether the weather, if it is cultivated bamboo, wild bamboo, I shall not remove until I know the shaft which was spears whose feathers fitted to it are those vulture or heron. Likewise, the feathers from which material, from which feathers it's created. All these consideration, once if he considered something like this, but now the doctor also, physician also comes to help, the people are comes to help, everyone comes to help and give clear guidance, but he's thinking something other than that, beyond the what he should think. But what will happen? Then Buddha says, all that would remain unknown to that man, Malukya Putta, and yet that man might pass away. If he not take the correct action, if he not focusing in what he should focus, then definitely the man might pass away. In the same way, Malukya Putta, whoever should speak thus, I shall not lead the whole life under the blessed one until the blessed one explain to me the world is eternal law, the world is not eternal, something like that, which Buddha is not clearly giving any reasonable reasons for whatever the questions. If someone is searching something like that, then what will happen? The Tathagata kneels, then what will happen? It says, that remains unexplained by the Tathagata, Malukya Putta, and yet that person might pass away. That means Buddha is clearly defined what you have to search, what you have to focus on, what you have to think in your life. But the people, most of the people in this today's society, they are really think not in the depth, not in the root level, not in the core of the Buddha Sasana. They are always searching something more beyond the core, something not actually engaged with the core of the Sasana. They are always touching something extremes, and they are always trying to dealing with some extremes, and they think they know, and they think they are the person who really thinking about the Buddha Sasana, they are the person who really following the Dhamma, but actually they are touched in the wrong side, in the wrong way, in the wrong extremes. So likewise, the Buddha says, that, then he says finally, if someone is not considered, if someone is actually not focused on what Buddha is really teach as a Dhamma, that means there are some valuable Dhamma in this Sasana. Within that, this most of the people not searching the valuable Dhamma, they are searching something more than other things. That is why Buddha says the cosmos is eternal, Malukya Putta. If there were the view, would the spiritual life have been lived? Or thus the cosmos is not eternal, Malukya Putta. If there were the view, would the spiritual life have been lived? Even so, the cosmos is not eternal, Malukya Putta. If there were the view, or this cosmos is not eternal, if there were the view, there is surely birth, there is the aging, there is death, there are sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair, for which things I declare the cessation right in this very life. Then Buddha says, if you are getting answer for whatever you are asking such an inappropriate questions, will it be end up your suffer? Will it be end up your aging? Will it be end up your birth again and again? Will it be end up your sorrow? No, it will never happen. So you have to clearly focus. You have to clearly focus the questions that you should have to search. If you are not engaging with the core of the Buddha Sasana, if you are engaging with the rest of or something not appropriate, which Buddha is not given, which Buddha is not explaining something, you are searching something like that, then you will definitely lose the Dhamma. You will definitely lose the Dhamma. That is why Buddha says, even you are know about these questions, even you are know about these answers, will the suffer will not never become a finish. The suffer, the birth, aging, the sorrow, the lamentation, pain, grief, it will never end up. It will never disappear. It will be never disappears. That is why Buddha says, I already teach, I already show the way that you have to follow. I already teach the way that you have to follow and you have to fulfill in your life. That is what you have to search. Not such a whatever this kind of questions. Because why Buddha is not giving answers for this? Because these are we call in Buddha Sasana Dasa Abhyakata questions, Dasa Abhyakata Panya. Dasa Abhyakata means Buddha is not giving answers for that questions. Because if Buddha is giving such answers, if Buddha is giving answers for those questions, it become contradicted according to the cause and effects. Because the entire universal truth is depending on the cause and effects, Hetupala. This cause and effects is really Buddha is explaining according to the Dhamma, but sometimes someone is thinking something beyond. Someone can be thinking, oh, this is something like this, like this. As for example, if someone is asking how our birth is start, from where we start. So it's a wrong question. The eternal, the cosmos is eternal or is not eternal? That is the wrong question. You cannot ask him like that. Because such a questions are actually, we are asking such a question because of we think something like that. The world is eternal or the world is not eternal. That is a question, but that is a wrong question. The world is finite or the world is infinite. That's a question, but it's a wrong question. Something like that. If a circle, assume that there's a circle. If someone is asking from where the circle is starting, if someone says, oh, this point, this is the point that circle is starting, that's wrong because we cannot point out any exact point. This is the point that circle is starting because that is a wrong question. We cannot say this is the point the circle is starting. Circle can be starting any of the point. Something like that. The soul and the body are the same. The soul is one thing and body is another thing. If someone is asking some question like this question is also wrong. The question is wrong. That is why Buddha is not giving answer for this. The Tathagata exists after death or the Tathagata does not exist after death. The question is right, but question is wrong question. This is the question someone can asking. The Tathagata exists after death. Someone can ask him like that, but that question is wrong. The wrong question. That is why Buddha is not giving answer. So finally, finally Buddha says for the Malukya Putta, therefore consider what I have left unclear, undeclared as undeclared, and consider what I have declared as a declared. Then finally Buddha says to the Culamalunkya Putta, also Malukya Putta, what have I left undeclared and why? That is the thing. That is the reason and result. That is the reason. And what have I left undeclared and why? Then Buddha says, the cosmos is eternal, Malukya, I have left undeclared. The cosmos is non-eternal, I have left undeclared. So same as all these, what he asking the questions, Malukya, I have left undeclared. This is I have left undeclared. Why? Because that is I know this question is wrong. That is why Buddha is not giving any answer for such a questions. We call Dasavyakata Panya. Avyakata mean if you are answer for this, what extent? If you are giving any answer for whichever this question, then the Dhamma will contradicted with whichever the question. because these questions are wrong. Whichever the creating way, any person can create such a question, but it's contradicted with the Dhamma. That is why Buddha knows this question is wrong question. Something like that. If someone asking, if someone shows some flower, then someone can asking question. The flower, when someone show some flower and asking, what is like that, something like that, what we can say? When someone shows some flower and asking some question, something wrong question, some kind of what, he can ask, what is this, the flower, who is the mother of this flower? Oh, what is the what is the who is the brother, who, and is there any relations, or is there any relatives, is there any relation for this flower? Something like that, when we can see something, we can show something, and we can ask in some wrong questions. For that questions, we cannot answer exact answer is what is. So likewise, in that case, the Malukya Buddha, the Buddha says that the cosmos is finite. If Buddha says, yes, cosmos is finite, it's a problem. It's a problem, it's not a finite. I have left undeclared. That is why Buddha says in the Rohatarana, Rohatas. I think the Sutta name is Rohatas or something like that. He said, Buddha says, if you are searching whatever your super attainment powers, even you are searching within this wisdom or cosmos, where is the end point, where is the starting point, when it's end, you cannot find the end point in this cosmos. Likewise, Buddha says that I have left undeclared in this question. The life is forces. The life force is the same as the body. I have left undeclared. So if Buddha says, yes, this is something different, this is life is something, the body is something, then it's a problem. That is not truth. The truth is something very depth. We know this is about not an animal, not a person. This is something, some combination of the forms and the names is a continue by the cause and effects, something like that. If someone is asking some kind of this question, is contradicted with the Dhamma. That is why Buddha is silent. That is why Buddha is not answer for this question. That is why Buddha is clearly mentioned, I have left undeclared. Then Buddha says, why I am doing so and why have I left this undeclared? This is not connected with the goal, the ultimate goal. This is not connected with the ultimate goal. This is not fundamental to the holy life. It does not lead to disillusionment. I think disillusionment, and to dispassion, to cessation. It's not lead to dispassion. It's not lead to cessation, to tranquility, to direct knowledge, to enlightenment, to nibbana. It's not lead. That is why I'm left this undeclared. Then again, Buddha says that the things and what I have declared. Then it says what I have declared. It says, and what I have declared, this is suffering I have declared. Oh, Buddha says, this is the suffering. This is the origin of suffering I have declared. This is the cessation of suffering I have declared. This is the path leading to the cessation of suffering I have declared. So again, Buddha says, and why have I declared this? This is connected with the goal. This is fundamental to the holy life. This leads to disillusionment, to dispassions, to cessation, tranquility. direct knowledge, enlightenment, nibbana. So, according to Culamalunkya Sutta, we can understand Buddha clearly wants to tell that even when we are following Dhamma, we have some logical questions. Maybe sometimes we have something like this. Someone cannot answer such a questions because if they don't have a Dhamma knowledge, they might be definitely give some direct answers, going some extremes, and they can clarify this, but that is wrong. Buddha says that if I not answers anything, why I'm not answered because of this. That is why Buddha says in finally says, therefore, Malukya consider what I have left undeclared as undeclared, and consider what I have declared as declared. If Buddha is not answers for something, so it doesn't need to search why, because that is not helps to attain Nibbana. Always you have to follow, even when you are learning Dhamma, you have to follow which it is helpful, which it is important, which it is really appropriate to attain Nibbana, which it really helps to attain Nibbana. That is what you have to follow. There are some things within the society, within the environment, some discussions, some arguments, some logics. Maybe some people, they are creating some wrong questions and they can argue, and they can argue with the religions, they can argue with the teachers, they can argue with the wise persons. But Buddha says that no, that is not the way. Whichever the things it helps to, it's connected with the final goal. What is the final goal? Is attain Nibbana, which it is, this is fundamental to the holy life, which it is fundamental to the holy life, then you have to follow that. You have to definitely you have to follow with that. If it is connected with the enlightenment, then you have to follow that. If it is direct knowledge, with the Dhamma, then you have to follow that. That is Buddha says. I already mentioned which one is the things that you have to understand, which one is the things that you have to not connected with, which one is you should not follow. So that is why the final thing is the undeclared thing and the declared thing. So declared thing is the suffering, origin of suffering, cessation of suffering, path of the end of suffering. The things that you should not consider, the eternal or non-eternal, finite or infinite, life and body, one or separate one, Tathagata after death is exist or non-exist. Something like, this question is something very interesting, but it's wrong questions. But we have to have something, we have to search, we have to think, we have to follow what Buddha is really teach to us, what Buddha is really show us to finish this suffer, finish this all the defilements arising within our mind. So that is what we have to understand according to this sutta. So, as for example, when the arrow is pierced in the very depth and very dangerous way, you should not consider about how it is happened, which person is doing this, and what is the quality of that person, what is the appearance of that person. That is, everything is irrelevant. The relevant thing is the quick action that you have to take to overcome from that danger, to overcome from that disaster. That is what Buddha is briefly explaining about this Culamalunkya Sutta. So, in practically, most of the people, most of the Dhamma friends asking very direct questions, Bante. So now we are learning something like this, We have heard something, this kind of things. Yes, some questions are asking. When we encounter in our life that people or our students or even our parents ask an unnecessary question from time to time or in different situation in life, their approach and questions are not essential and not focused on the main point. Suppose if we don't answer them, we can be considered rude or not compassionate enough to reply them. How can we deal in these situations, especially with our parents towards whom we should behave very respectfully and be more patient in a way that will be according to the Dhamma and at the same time wouldn't make other feel insulted or ignored by us? So that's a good question. This first question is asking from that. It's a very good question. So some of the time, I will give some example, another example. Then in your school system, the school system and education system, assume that there's a boy or girl is still in the grade 5 or grade 6, something very lower in the intermediate level or something. Then he asking from the teacher, teacher, how to become a doctor? What are the syllabus? What is in which syllabus I have to follow? Which syllabus I have to do? Still, he is in a grade 5 or something, but he's asking about university level, university things. At that time, teacher should say, oh, at the moment you are doing the best thing and the correct thing to become a doctor. So don't think about the future. At the moment, what you have to do is please do it, continuously do it, persistently do it. In future, definitely you will realize what you have to know, what you have to know, what you have to do, what you have to follow. So this is not a time for you. Same as that, I will explain another one in my experience. When I become a monk and very starting level as a Samanera, maybe within 1 week or something, I go to some elder bhikkhu and ask him, Bhante, which Sutta is I should start at very first. I want to read the Sutta Pitaka, and I ask him from Bhante, which Sutta I should start at very first. That the elder Bhante smile at me, something like very funny way he smiled at me. He just said, how so? First of all, you have to memorize the Dhammapada. Don't touch Sutta Pitaka. Just memorize the one by one Gatha. You have to memorize Dhammapada first of all. Don't be hurried to jump. So I got shocked. It's a very good advice. Very good advice. I never thought such a advice. In that time, I'm really reading Dhammapada, just Dhammapada Gatha. I just memorize. I don't know even the meaning. I don't know about the deeper meaning of what Buddha is teach. But I always remember memorizing Dhammapada. I never touched Sutta Pitaka in earlier times. Something like that. Sometimes the people, because of the lack of knowledge, because of sometimes their friends or whatever the relatives who are engaged with something, then they experience, then they asking, oh, I also want to do this, I also want to follow this. But that is, if it is not a correct time at the moment, you should stop that. Otherwise, it will harm to that person. It definitely will happen. So in that case, you have to be very careful, because according to this question, we should not insult it, we should not ignore them, and we have to be very kind and compassionate of love, and we have to deliver the real answer for them without any struggle, without any insulting, without any harming to their mind or their, because the questions come there because they don't know. If they know, they will never asking questions. That is why they're asking question. When they're asking question, if we know the question is not appropriate at the moment, we have to be very patient. We have to be very calm, and we have to give the better solution at the moment. Like examples, assume that something like that. Now, in your home or in your house, your father or mother brings some new vehicle, maybe car or van. Then your sister or brother, very young, he also want to drive this. Will your father allow to give you the keys, or okay, you also try it? It will never happen, because the car is very expensive. It's really expensive, and if he don't know how to drive it, he cannot drive that properly. Definitely, it will be damage. It will be accident. Everything, when we are doing something, it should be proper time, proper way. We have to learn very patiently. Some of the people, especially venerables, Sialis, and the Dhamma friends, the Upasaka Upasika, even when they are following Dhamma, they are very hurried to learn, very, they want to quick learn. They want to learn very quickly. They want to learn. They want to experience very quickly. It will never happen. You have to be patient. You have to be a good time. Until that, you have to be patient and wait. The waiting is the very big thing that you have to practice. We call Shanti, Kanti. Waiting is the something, waiting mean Kanti. Kanti mean patient. You have to be patient to correct time when it's arrived. You have to be patient. I will give another story. One of the person, he wants to see the Metteyya Buddha from his eyes. So what he's doing is, he went to jungle and he doing meditation 10 years to see the Metteyya Buddha from his eyes. It's not achieving. Then he's got disappointed and he come back. When he come back, he saw one of the person under the tree. He has some very big metal bar. From other hand, he takes some small feather and he's sweeping that metal bar. It's a very big metal bar, very heavy one, very strong one. That other person asking, what are you doing this? What are you doing? You are cleaning or you are rubbing that metal bar from the feather. Feather is very, very soft one. The metal bar is very heavy one. But from the soft feather, he's brushing, here and there he's brushing. Then the other person asked him, what are you doing? Then he said, dear brother, I'm making a needle from this heavy bar. From this feather, I'm brushing. Long period when I'm brushing, when the metal bar will be part by part, it will be reduced. Then it will be, in future, I can create a needle from this. Then he got shocked. What a patience this person have. From the feather, when he brushing that metal bar, until it become a needle. Oh, I should shame by myself. I just only trying 10 years to see the Metteyya Buddha. I just give up this and I come back. I should go back again and I should do meditation again. Then he thought like that and he went back to the jungle. So whatever, then when he doing 20 years, he is doing meditation, still he not achieve, again he come back. Then at that time, what is happening is, there's some story about that, but I want to tell is, the patiently you have to follow the Dhamma without any without any hurry. If you want to achieve something very immediate way, it will never happen in Dhamma. Dhamma is something, you need time. You need time. You need practice continuously. You should have to develop your faculties, faithfulness, wisdom, and the effort, and the concentration, and the mindfulness. These faculties definitely should be built up according to your practice, according to your effort. When the parami, accumulating the parami, when it becomes successful, then the time is arising at the moment. Other than that, even when you are hurry, whatever the way you effort for achieve or successful, whichever the object, it will never happen because of your effort. Effort is just a one thing. Being hurry up is just a one thing. But there are many reasons there are a lot of reasons that should be completed if you want to achieve whatever the object. That is what you have to understand. So Buddha is really show the way that you have to follow. So please go through on that. When you go through on that, maybe results will be late, maybe results will be suddenly you can have it. However the results come, you have to be patient, you have to be focused. Do not give up that, oh, I'm trying this kind of this time, this much, still no results. So this is the best thing is I should go home or I should let it go this. No. The best thing is waiting. Waiting gives the answer. waiting and practicing continuously. Whatever you can do, you have to follow that thing very smooth way, very smooth way. As an example, another example. When you are in the classroom, maybe you don't know about some subjects, you don't know much knowledge, you have very lack of knowledge, you are very poor of that subject. If you give up that subject, you will never learn that. Then you have to dedicate more and more and more for that subject. When you are dedication for more and more on that subject, in future you will become expert on that. Until that, you should not stop that. That is Dhamma also same. Whatever you don't know Dhamma, you have to practice, you have to learn, you have to listening, you have to very patiently ask him from the teachers, ask him from the Dhamma friends, listening more and more Dhamma. So that is how you have to improving. That is what you have to do. That is Buddha is clearly mentioned. This is the way you have to follow. Morality, concentration, and the wisdom. These three parts, the 8 noble parts, if you are following the way, then you can achieve, you can attain liberation. So that is how you have to understand. So I think the first question is asking. The second question, can Bante please kindly spell in Pali the term Dasa Vyakata, which means question that Buddha is not giving answer of them. Yes, Dasa Vyakata. Abhyakata. Vyakata means telling. Is when it's come from Abhyakata means not telling, not giving answer. Because this question is wrong question. If the question is wrong, you cannot give clear answer. When you are asking some question should be correct. If the question is wrong, no one cannot answer for that question. That we call Dasabhyagata question, Dasabhyagata Panya. The Buddha is not giving any answer for that because that is wrong according to the Dhamma. The question is wrong according to the Dhamma. That is why Buddha is not giving any explanation for that. Bhante has explained that some people think that they are dealing with important questions and they focus on finding answer for them. But actually, they go extreme way. Their views are incorrect and improper, contradicting with the Dhamma. But they actually think they are acting for the Buddha Sasana. Can Bhante please give? Oh, very good. I will give very good example. Nowadays in Sri Lanka, most of the people they are believe and they are trying to explain, they are trying to expose a Buddha is born in Sri Lanka. Buddha is born in Sri Lanka, not in India. Oh, very good question. Very famous, very wonderful question they are creating, and they are build up and they are creating different angles, and the many reasons they are giving for this. Is it important where Buddha is born? India or Sri Lanka or America or wherever the Buddha is born? We should not focus on that. We should focus on what Buddha says. This is same story. But nowadays, majority people are focusing and they are trying to prove that Buddha is born in Sri Lanka. Foolish. Really foolish. That is not a thing. That is not a thing that we should understand. We should focus. We should focus. What is suffer? What is the origin of suffer? That is what we have to understand. So most of the time in the Sri Lankan people also think who are really talking according to that point, they are the people who protecting the sasana. Foolish. They are not protecting sasana. They generate another big problem for the sasana. But when it's looking at the surface level, it seems like the people are talking according to that point. Oh, they are really very faithful person. They are really focusing on they are really want to search the reality. They want to search the history. But that is foolish. Buddha is never talking about like this. According to this question, I think is a really good answer because this is the thing that we have to understand. Most of the people they touch in a wrong way in Dhamma. In Buddha says that alagadupam pariyaya. Alagadupam pariyaya, it says that Dhamma is like a snake. If someone wants to touch or catch that snake, the person should catch at the correct point, correct time, correct point. Other than that, the snake will be bite. Dhamma also like that. If you're following Dhamma, you have to touch, you have to focus, you have to learn Dhamma in a correct way. You should touch the main and the appropriate points on the Dhamma, not inappropriate things, which Buddha is not answer, which Buddha is not giving any instruction for other things. Then you should not follow because it's useless. Other than that, Buddha definitely give, okay, follow this, do this, do this. Every instruction is very clearly Buddha is given that, then we have to follow only that, not other things. So that is where can Bhante please give practical example for reality how a person or even a monk or nun act in such a way that they are actually focusing on unessential questions but consider themselves that they are correct and benefiting the sasana although they are wrong. That is the very good example. In Sri Lankan people nowadays is very famous topic. They are struggling. They're still struggling to prove that the Buddha is born in Sri Lanka. That is foolish. That is not Buddha's want. Wherever Buddha is born, that is not necessary to us. What is the necessary thing is what Buddha is really teach. So this is very good question because same thing like a Culamalunkya Sutta, very important. The Bhante has explained that some people think that they are dealing with I think I answered it. What is the root reason why people ask the wrong question is because of lack of wisdom or wrong view or lack of Dhamma knowledge? Because people seek something, because people actually want some new thing to society and the generation. They don't want to search, they don't want to practice themselves. Yesterday, I think 2 days before yesterday, I explained some person to this one. When we are doing some merits, good merits, as for example, if we give some dana, if we offer some dana, it's a good merit. And when we are doing something, we are gathered together, we are combined, we have some group and we are doing something we like that. We want to collect, we want to engage more people, we want to gather more people, and we want to show that, and we want to take a pictures, and we want to publish in the social media, and we want to do something like that very big way. Because everyone see, oh, this is very good. Who are doing this? Oh, this group. Oh, these people. I know these people. These people are very famous. They are very faithful. Something like that. You want to spread that everything within the society, within the social media, then everyone knows that. That is very good. That also very good merit. But assume that the merits have some stages. If you are doing such a merits, it's a good thing. But if you are protecting your precepts, if you are maintaining the best morality, that is more powerful than that. But that is not, we cannot spread or we cannot put it into the social media. How we protect in precepts, we cannot take a pictures and this is how I am protecting precepts. We cannot put it in the social media. But that merit is, that good karma is more powerful than that. But it is not famous. It is not knowing others. If you are doing meditation as a samatha or something, it also totally isolate. No one knows sometimes you are doing meditation or not. But that merit is very bigger than others. Other merit that is offering dana or protecting precepts is really small than the doing meditation, because doing meditation is a very big one, but sometimes no one knows you are a meditator. Is a bigger one, but is very isolated. No one knows that. No one knows that you are doing meditation, but that merit is very big one, very powerful one. Assume that you are doing vipassana. Each and every moment you are doing vipassana, you know that this is form, this is nama, this impermanent, insuffer, and non-self. Always you are reminding, but no one knows that. Even no one knows that whatever you are practicing is the biggest, is the vast merit, is the powerful merit in this asana. No one knows that. But the majority people are like not to doing vipassana. Majority people are likes to doing something dana, gathered people, grouping and taking pictures, was publishing in the social media to become a famous. They are touched sasana like that. The wise persons are touching sasana like doing vipassana or something. They isolate from the society environment. They only focus when they become a liberated person, how they become a noble person. That is what we have to understand. What we have to focus, we should focus for that, not what we should not focus. That is Buddha is explained to Malunkya Putta. You should have to. What is the root reason why people ask wrong question? Because people need something different, something people need to explain or give something to different thing to the society because they don't follow real Dhamma. If someone wants to prove that, oh, Buddha also wrong, they like to that, prove. But Buddha is never wrong. But they want to prove that, oh, Buddha is wrong, that bhikkhu is wrong, this bhikkhu is wrong. In nowadays, when some bhikkhu is famous in the social media or something, most of the people they are listening. Majority of people they are checking which one, which Dhamma part is, which Dhamma session is wrong, which Dhamma talk is wrong, what Dhamma matter, what Dhamma whatever the things he misinterpreted. Oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. People like that. People want to show off something. They are engaged with the sasana. They know the sasana. They are dealing with the sasana, but they are not practiced by themselves. They are not practiced by themselves, but they want to show something. More than that, Dhamma is with them. Dhamma is, they are following Dhamma. They are the person who helps to the Dhamma, who helps to the sasana. But first of all, you have to take advantage the Dhamma. You have to take advantage from yourself from the Dhamma. When you are enlightened, oh, after that you can having any selfish or any selfie or any pictures you can publish social media, no matter because you already completed whatever you want. But remember that when you are completed whatever you want, when you are enlightened, you will never do such a nonsense things. You always being isolated. You always focus within yourself. If someone is seeking or if someone asking some question, Bante, please explain this. Please give me the example. Please explain this Dhamma. Then you will explain it. You don't want to be a famous. You don't want to be a popular person because there is no person to become a popular. That is the difference between this and this because I think you got the answers for what you asking the questions. So, however, then again, I think maybe Banti be will happy and keep sharing with us the Saddham on Zoom talks for supporting. So this is the things that I have to understand, and you have to understand about the. This is what we are talking about the practical scenarios according to the Culamalunkya Putta, because the Sutta is actually explained to the Malunkya Putta. The Sutta is suitable for him, not for us. But based on this Sutta, we have to gain bigger knowledge what Buddha is really focused, what Buddha is really teach to us. Focus to the core, focus to the root level, focus to the root which Buddha Sasana is arising. Why Buddha Sasana is arising? To end up this suffer. End up this suffer. So no worry about where Buddha is born, what Buddha is eat, what Buddha is, who's Buddha's relatives. At the end of the time, what Buddha is doing, irrelevant. Only the thing is that you want to know is what Buddha is teach and what he expecting from the Dhamma. So that is what you have to understand. So I think the last time we already discussed about the Culamalunkya Sutta, that also explaining same thing. If you feel something arising within your unskillful body, unskillful verbal, unskillful mind action, if you arise in some greedy hatred or delusion, if you feel that is wrong, then it is wrong. Then you have to stop that. Likewise, each and every moment when you are following the Dhamma, just observe which one is really important to practicing yourself. Then you practice. Because some of the time, bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, upasika, they have their own responsibility according to the sasana. Sometimes they are mixed with that. Sometimes the bhikkhuni is going to do bhikkhu's responsibility. Bhikkhu is going to do bhikkhuni's responsibility. That is wrong. You have to understand what is your responsibility, what is your role play according to the sasana. If you're a daika, if you're a devotee, then there's a role play for you. If you're a bhikkhu, you have a role play for that. If you're a bhikkhuni, you have a role play on that. So you should understand what is my duty and what I can do for the sasana and what should I gain from the sasana. Such a way then you can understand, such a way you can balance the actions, the verbal things, and the mindfulness, everything you can balance according to the Dhamma. That is what you have to understand, that is what you have to gain to yourself according to this sutta. I think you have some clear idea about this and you have some knowledge about what is Culamalunkya Sutta is mentioned. So I would like to share that video also with you. Then I think I already sent to the organization committee. Then you can please check that video. The video is really explaining very clear way because my English is not well. But the video of the person is really explaining about the story about the poison arrow, what is happening, and when it's pierced by the poison arrow, the person is thinking something different thing. Actually, he should think something clearly. He should think how to overcome from that, but he's thinking something different. That is what it's explaining. So sometimes we understand very well we need to focus more on sila and bhavana, especially if we are monk or nun. But because meditation is difficult, our mind is inclined to study Dhamma. Because meditation is difficult, our mind. Yes, there's the question I cannot understand. How can we determine to follow what is real essential for us are? So for the thing is, you have to understand what is essential for you is you cannot determine. You have to follow according to Dhamma. First, you have to purify your morality. That is the first stage. Without purity, your morality, without pure morality, you cannot jump to the straightaway mindfulness or concentration. So, Dhamma, according to the Buddha's teaching, you have to follow according to what Buddha is teach. First, morality. Second, mindfulness or concentration. Third, wisdom. That is the way you have to understand. Gandhabba in Sutta, what it means? Gandhabba in Mahatanhakkaya Sutta. We will discuss about Gandhabba in Mahatanhakkaya Sutta, what is mean. Gandhabba, I think about this is about something different question, not actually related with this sutta, but I will explain. Gandhabba, it's about Gandhabba is something. Something is live being, but some of them they are misinterpretation. Once the people are die, then once they are born, until they born, they have some space or some whatever the time difference, the die and the born, there's a different, and in this stage there are some person that is not truth. This Gandhabba is according to Attakatas, there's some live being. It's not about the Patisandhi and the Chuti and Patisandhi. In between Chuti and Patisandhi, there is no any space because within 1 second, the next born will be happen according to Abhidhamma. So Gandhabba is some kind of word. Gandhabba, I will check the Attakatha and I will check the word in the grammatically how it's explained. In the next time I will explain this one. So the asking question is, Venerable Bandiji, sometimes we understand very well we need to focus more on Sila and Bhavana, especially if we are a monk or nun. But because meditation is difficult, our mind inclined to study Dhamma. Yeah, because in together, if someone can do meditation as well as learning Dhamma, is really good. Because the skill is the thing. If you are a skillful person, you should have to balance Pariyatti as well as the Pratipatti. If both you can balance, if we as your skillfulness, then you feel that, oh, what I learn, then I can practice. What I learn, I can practice. If you are going together with that, then the prativeda, that means the enlightenment, the experience, definitely it will be happen. But it's really hard if you don't have a good teacher, if you don't have a good instructions, if you don't have some, the environment, everything should be have to fulfill when you are following Dhamma. Other than that, it will be really difficult. But anyway, whatever the situation, whatever the environment you have, always you have to protect you have to definitely follow a skillful physical action, skillful verbal action, skillful mindful action. This is the only core that you have to follow. Don't bother about, oh, I don't have a teachers, I don't have a Dhamma friends, I don't have any instructions. Don't worry about that. When the time come, it will be happen. Until that, in your strength, is in your power, according to your strength, you can follow the Dhamma as it is, because you know what is right and what is wrong. That's more than enough at that moment, because even we are seeking the Dhamma friends or teachers or whatever the things even we seek, even we want, it should be, it should be good parami power. Other than that, the Upanishad say Pache is not happening for everyone. That is why most of the people, even they born in the India, even they born in Sri Lanka, even they born in whichever the Buddhist country, they may never heard about any Dhamma, they may never heard about any, they never meet any Sappurusha Kalyana Mitra. That can be happen. This is the thing that we have to understand, because we have to definitely be a very pure person, and we have to cultivate more parami, we have to accumulate more parami. Other than that, the journey is really hard. So I think can understand about this, and they are asking some, I think I answer for the questions that the people they are asking. If there are any questions, then you can ask, because I think the sutta is now understand what sutta is explaining. Sometimes today actually I supposed to put in some slides, and the video actually that it's not work, but I will send it the video, then you later you can see that. I think if any questions, then please ask it related to this sutta, because Mahatanhaka Sutta, I will explaining next time what is Gandhabba and things, right? Yeah, another question. I think no questions are right, because I think the time is over, right? When the time is
Yes.
over, the question also over. So shall we stop today?
Yes, Bante.
Okay. So once again, I would like to thank and really appreciate, because of this time, to sharing our Dhamma knowledge with the Dhamma friends, especially the venerables, Siales, and all the lay people. And I would like to share all these merits who participated to this Dhamma discourse and who gained Dhamma knowledge, and may you all being attain Nibbana as soon as possible. Dhamma is more wonderful. We have to be with the Dhamma. And also, according to the Culamalunkya Sutta, what we have to declare, what we have to focus, we have to understand what Buddha is really teach to us to focus and follow. Then we have to follow according to Buddha's teaching. So there in this world, if we search in this world, there are many things we can search, we can find, we can argue, we can judge, we can discuss, but it's useless. What is useful, then you have to follow the useful things, and what is Buddha is really focus, then you have to focus on that. Other than that, ignore that, give up that, because we have no waste into time to discuss or argue or uh, questioning in such a nonsense things. That is what in the sutta is mentioned really. If something is, when you're focusing for something, if you can realize the suffer, if you can realize the origin of suffer, if you can realize the real Dhamma, then follow on that. Other than that, give up. That is the only the summary of this sutta. So I would like to share all these merits, especially who are all participants, as well as especially the Dhamma who protect Dhamma until now, to all the venerables who are protecting this Dhamma and delivery Dhamma until now, as well as our beloved Dhamma teachers and all the venerable and respectable venerables and all the Siales and all the people who are engaged with this. And also I would like to share these all merits to the Deva and Brahma who are protecting Buddha Sasana until 5,000 years. So may all the Deva and Brahma attain Nibbana as soon as possible. Finally, the organizing committee, and I would like to appreciate and thankful again to giving such opportunity to sharing this Dhamma knowledge with the Dhamma friends, and thank you very much. So we will spread the metta for Deva and Brahma. Akasattha cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chinan Rakkantu Sasanam. Akasattha cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chinan Rakkantu Desanam. Akasattha cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chinan Rakkantu Tang Sadha.